If Bank went to overtime, would we have seen Team Liquid in the grand finals of Manchester?
I don't know. Probably. I think so.
Right. So here I am with Tiseis of Team Liquid. Tiseis, for those of you who don't know, has been bouncing around between both North America and Brazil for a while, and he's finally landed on his feet in Tier 1 in Brazil after some stints in NA, which I'm sure we'll talk to at least tangentially.
Yeah.
Tiseis, first off, like, congrats to making it to Tier 1 and congrats on making it to Manchester. Like, how did it
Thank you.
feel to be able to go to Manchester and kind of like compete with the boys there?
It's very good. I was here in São Paulo for the Six Invitational, the 2024 with SSG, but now like being with Team Liquid and like I can like talk with everyone, even the Brazilian scene. Like I didn't know them as much as I know now right now, so I really like meet them and like those boys from SSG and those boys from Biscos are that I'm like really friend like really close with them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can talk with them on the major, and it's pretty good. It's very good.
Yeah, and was there any stress or pressure or like anything of like having to go into joining Team Liquid and being kind of concerned about the legacy of this brand? Because one thing people always mention is like, yeah, it's Team Liquid, they're legendary, but also there's a certain amount of pressure and expectation, and like if you don't meet community expectations, they can get a little unhappy about that. Was that ever a worry or any ever a factor for you?
So it was a factor, but it was a positive factor because
Oh, okay.
actually I actually like being like on these kind of like stress and having to like work a lot. So I like those things that like Team Liquid brings to us because it's very different from like every other team in the world. So it's very good. I always wanted to play for Team Liquid and like since I think 2017 no 2018 I started like watching Siege and I was cheered. I was like loved Team Liquid, so I just wanted it was my dream, so I just wanted to play for them, and that was it.
Yeah, sweet. And I mean, hey, you're here, so that's a huge accomplishment. Not
Yeah,
everyone
it
gets to
is.
do that. I know the start of the stage was not the best. Were you here like from the start of the stage, or did you join like midway through? Because I know when orgs announce a signing is not always when that person is with them. Sometimes they've been like
Yeah.
playing with the team for 2 weeks, whatever. Were
Mhm.
did you join like halfway through that stage, or were you with Team Liquid from the start of stage one?
No, I was with them from the start,
Okay.
but like I joined them like 4 days. Yeah, for 3 days before the stage started. So like we accomplished everything. So like we didn't like we signed the contract, of course, but the thing it was that like I came to São Paulo here like on the Thursday,
Oh
and the
wow.
game was like Saturday. So like I couldn't like do as much as I could like um online, etc. Because here is like LAN, etc. They have a you know.
Yeah, they have.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't have like as much as time as I wanted to for this stage of the for sorry for the start of the stage.
Yeah.
Um, and right now it's very good. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and so a lot of people will point to a lot of different factors as kind of like why things started so rough for you guys, but what in your opinion was the issue? Because as far as we can tell, like it was a like you hit play day number 5 and it was just a turnaround. So like what was
Yeah.
going wrong and how did you fix it to have to like beat Furia 8-6 on Oregon on play day 5?
I mean, some of the things were like mental. So like the pressure from the crowd and everything, and like everyone was just like hating on us, and we were like 0 and 4 0 points on the first 4 games, and like we were like the duck the worst team in like the bigger regions, etc. But we talked to each other. We had like some meetings, etc. And then we just said like, no, let's change a little bit the playstyle, mostly like on the attack, and mostly it was like both, I think. Not only like strategical things, but just like understanding the way that you have to play on this stage, because
Okay.
this stage right here in Brazil is like a lot of pressure as well. So they can scream on you, etc. Those things. So it was very good, and we started doing good because we talked to each other, and we had like the discussion of like what we're gonna do. So that was it.
Yeah, and so like, one thing I noticed with the like way that your team kind of bounced back was like all of a sudden Nesk and Palu and Maya just kind of popped off like resets as well. I know
Yeah.
like the English desk was kind of ragging on him a little bit. He turned it around as well. Like was was this just like a system change? Like we changed how we played so it fit everyone better, or was it just kind of like a mentality shift of no, you are Nesk. You take that 50-50, and it's actually like you're winning it because you're Nesk.
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah. I
is that part
think.
of it?
Yeah, I think it was both. Mostly like, bro, as you said, like you're an ask, you're gonna win the gunfight if it is 50-50, of course. But like, those guys are so good. Like, I've never been on a team that has like such a great like skill.
Yeah,
So like everyone shoots back right here. So it's so good that like we can do like whatever strat, we are gonna at least go close on the round. We're
yeah,
never gonna like go down like 0-5. I don't know, but yeah. I think it was both like the mentality for them and like a little bit of strategical things as like bringing demos, but like doing the correct strats with them, with him, sorry, and doing like being more aggressive on the attacks. And yeah, I mean, we were like figuring out some other things on the strategical side, and we're better right now.
yeah. And I do want to say like, did having that like mid-season bounce back and really getting back into the mix of things, did that kind of give you guys confidence going into the last chance qualifier? Because I look at the format for Brazil, it's like a lot more involved and like pretty brutal compared to something like NA where it's just kind of open bracket playoffs. You're in. You've got like a
Yeah,
Swiss stage in there and everything. Did knowing
yeah.
that you were like competing with beating Furia, competing with FaZe, like did this kind of empower you going into that last chance qualifier?
100%. Like as I joined right here, and like we lost one game, and I remember on that Saturday I talked to the boys and I told them like I'd rather just like lose the first games and then start like bouncing back and doing good on the and having like an happy end. Uh, I would rather have that than like just having like the opposite. So we managed to actually like beat some teams, and like the LCQ was very good. We have like a psychological side right here on
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
a psychologist. We have Claudio, so we talked to him as well. So it was very good. Like we knew that we were gonna win the LCQ because we were like very confident on the side, and that was it. I mean, like having a bad start is good because you learn from it, and I think we learned a lot from the first four games.
Yeah, and I do kind of want to touch on the match versus W7M because there's like 10 billion different angles here. You know, Volps is there. You've got. Let me pull up my notes just so I'm not waffling. It's a bit of a grudge match. Maya left the like Lost One boys. Volps is over there from you guys. Um, you know, was any of this a factor for you guys? Because I know something that outsiders can kind of put on, whether it's the desk or pundits or the community, is like put beef onto matches where the players do not care? Like, was this a factor that you've got former teammates there, or did you guys just want to play because they're in the way?
I mean, as we always say that, like, every opponent is just a rock on our way, and we just need to remove them from our way and just go further. Um, but it was different. In fact, it was different. I mean, having Phobes on their side is a lot different because uh, they have some beef, I think.
Yeah.
They have some things. So I mean, it was very different. And I don't know if you know, but we sent like GG on the chat,
Oh yeah, you
like
did. Oh no.
before on the Night Heaven Labs, on a 6-0. And then the match finished at 7-5, thank God. But like, I mean, it was hard, but that has a reason. On the SI, Volb sent a GG when Palu was alive, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember exactly the scene right now, but I
Yeah.
mean, I had that, and uh, what nobody knows is that like on the stage versus Devil 7M was our fourth game on this stage on the PR6. We played them, and before the last round, Vop sent a GG on the chat, so no one knows because it's not on the stream,
Oh yeah.
but he sent that, and we had that on mine,
Oh,
so
I
we
see.
just
I
sent
see.
that, and yeah,
It,
it was different the game.
yeah, but you almost brought the Leveron effect from NA over. Like that could have been bad.
Yeah, it could have been.
So going into Manchester proper, your first match is against G2. And
Yeah.
if we get rid of hindsight, if we pretend we don't know that how G2 goes out,
Mhm.
that's a pretty scary opponent, especially considering the other kinds of people, the other kinds of teams that you could have been playing. There's APAC teams here, there's LATAM, and we're getting G2.
Yeah.
Like, was that a bit like stressful, a bit frustrating to know that you're going up against these guys as opposed to like someone else to work into the tournament, or were you guys just kind of ready to go and facing a strong opponent
Uh,
helped?
so yeah, I think like I was frustrated at least like from the seeds that they had for the planes, but we were like, bro, we don't have anything to do. We just have to win.
Yeah,
And then we started doing things for the game versus D2, and we prepared, and we won. But yeah, it was frustrating for me as well, as at least, but not for the team. So it was good. We
yeah.
got hyped as well, and with the win, I mean, we get a little bit more confidence, and we we were able to beat them, and it was very good, very
Yeah,
good.
was it more confidence inspiring that you won in such a close game, knowing, hey, we can win out these like really, really close situations? Or was that more stressful of like, oh, geez, we're getting into these like messy
No,
situations?
no, it was good. It was good. Like it was not like stressful. It was very good. It was helpful because
Okay.
like I mean 7-7 was both Leganis and Alamo on that 1v1. It was such a great 1v1.
Yeah.
And I mean it was very good, and we hyped from that game as well.
Yeah, and so the Swiss stage, it's another rough start. You're down 0-2, your back's against a wall. Were you worried about this, or is this just kind of we've been here before? We were 0-4 in the regular stage. It's just we
Yeah.
we went down in the LCQ. Now we're back here again. We came out the other side on those other ones. We can do it again.
Yeah, it was exactly this. Like, we knew that like we can win when we're like our back is against the wall, so we can win. Like, as we won on the LCQ, as we won on the under like 4 games on the stage. So like we know how to play against the pressure right now. We learned a lot, and I really think like this team has like a skull. I don't know how to say it, but like it has like some such a confidence when like the things are going bad as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was very good.
Yeah, and it must have been a bit weird for your first best of three elimination match to be against your boys on SSG, especially because you've done some work with them previously. Like, what was it a little bittersweet sending them home?
Oh yeah, so it was different, you know. At the same time, like I'm friends with them, so I really like them a lot.
Yeah,
So I didn't want to like play them on the this game, you know.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I had to win.
yeah. It's
That's my
competition.
job. I have to win. It's competition. One team will lose, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it was difficult. It was tough. I was like joking with them, like before the game. I was just like kidding, making some jokes with them. It was very good. They're like great. They're funny, and it was good.
Yeah, yeah. From what I can tell, for a great group of guys.
Yeah, they're 100%.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about in the Swiss stage was that Cafe Dostoevsky is a map that you guys have permabanned for like first round banned for every match under the sun right up until Bleed. Was
Yeah.
this to like throw off Bleed, or was this kind of to set yourself up for playoffs? Because I know there's a couple different ways you could look at it. It's to win the match versus Bleed, which obviously important. But also, if you pull out the permaban in the Swiss stage, does that kind of alter how the other teams would prep their ban phases against you going into playoffs?
So yeah, the thing is that like Team Liquid permabanned Cafe for literally 1 year
Yeah.
since the qualifier. Their last Cafe was like 7-8 versus NIP on the last map to the qualifier to the Esports World Cup, the
Oh,
Gamers
okay.
8 actually, the 2023 one, and then they just like permabanned the map, and then I came here and I talked to them. I said like, bro, we have to make this cafe. You guys will do good. And we did the cafe. We had a great map. We have a great map. And then we practiced. And then we knew that we were ready to play. But as the other teams don't know how to play, don't know how we play the map, we could like hide it. And then we just popped up with the map, and it was something that we thought before.
Yeah, that's pretty big brain. And so playoffs is a hell of a run. Like, you're coming into this, no one expected you to do well. You did well. You made it to Manchester. You made it through Swiss stage. You beat G2. You're up against the best team of last year. It's Furia. Everyone's saying this is the best team in the world, possibly the best team in history, and you're playing against them in front of this Manchester crowd. How does it feel to overthrow the Kings? How does it feel to to upset the best team in the world once again with this Team Liquid banner?
Yeah, it's very good. I don't know how to say it, but like, it's such a special moment. Like, beating Furia. I mean, they won the last three international competitions, so they won aside two majors. They had a literally perfect year. So it was very good. They were like potentially one of the best teams on the major. Probably one of the most like probable to win.
Yeah,
And then we could beat them because we know how to play. I already played against them on the SI. Unfortunately, I lost, and they sent me home. But I told them, bro, I'm gonna send you home this time, and we sent them.
yeah, yeah.
It was very good.
And Fett is someone. I'm gonna tie this in. I'm gonna try and like tie this in to the Beast Coast match. Fett is
Yeah,
another person that you've worked with from NA back when he was. I want to say with Mirage, when you were doing
yeah,
work with Mirage and Fett was part of Mirage, under Drip. With
yeah,
that's another bittersweet match, just like the SSG one, right? You're facing one of your NA homies,
yeah.
especially on stage like that. What's it like competing against him on that stage, and what was it like playing against Beast Coast?
I mean, I respect him as a lot, like as much as I respect like everyone on my team, etc. I know he's a beast on what he does.
Yeah,
He's a beast on everything. I mean, like he's a very good guy as well. And other than that, like I know Matt Hottengoat from Beast Coast. I was with
yeah,
him
yeah,
as well, so it was like kind of close to what was with SSG versus SSG. I mean, on that game, and like it was hard. Of course, we lost, but I was happy for him on the finals. Like, having him winning the championship and everything, the major is so like it's great because I know that I can do it as well, and I'm happy for him. Of course, I'm
yeah,
very proud of him. And yeah, I mean, it's different. It's different because definitely different because he's a friend,
yeah.
and I don't know. I wanted to beat him, but I couldn't.
There's always next time. There's always next
Yeah,
time.
there's always the next time.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't like what ifs, myself included, but given how close Bank was, the fact that a rough rotate literally decided a round, if Bank went to overtime, would we have seen Team Liquid in the grand finals of Manchester?
I don't know. Probably. I think so. We had like a great how do I say it, preparation for the
Game plan?
game, game plan for the game. So we knew that those maps we are gonna play those maps, and but we couldn't win. We just like didn't win. But it was a great game plan. I think we if we win bank, if we won bank, we would have been on the grand finals 100%.
Yeah. And so I kind of want to zoom out a little bit because I think
Mm.
there's a lot of other interesting stuff to talk about that I forgot to talk about earlier. What is it like working with people like Nesk, people like Palu? These are certified legends of the scene. You know, Nesk is a goat contender. People put him up there as like this is the best R6 has ever seen. What's it like working with this kind of guy? I mean, we all idolize the 1v5, right?
Yeah, I mean like everyone here is such a great guys. They're like they're very good at the game as well, and I love everyone on Team Liquid right here. And like Nask is such a crazy guy. He's crazy, bro. You don't know what he does. Like he's very crazy, and I mean it's very good. He was one of the guys that like I always like saw and like they like I don't know. He's my idol. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You looked up to
Maybe.
him.
Yeah, I looked up to him. So maybe when I joined right here, I didn't know the big guy that he is, and nowadays I can say it. He's the goat. He's
All
the goat
right.
100%. Not only in game but out of game. He's a very good person. Um, he's humble, everything. So he's very good. It's very special to be with those guys. Like I mean, Nash Resets, Paulo Lagones, Maya as well.
Yeah.
So like even no go, Huxart, they're like very good.
Yeah, yeah,
They're on Team Liquid for a reason, and they're very good. Like everyone, every single.
yeah. And then what kind of coach would you say Hugsort is? You've worked with a lot of different coaches for years. You know, Drip Boolin, uh, call out while he was on SSG. You worked with that. You know, what kind of coach is Hugsort? What kind of work does he do for his team? Because there's all different kinds of coaches out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. There are like a lot of different coaches, as we said, but like I would say Hoser is a very like complete is he's like complete on what he does because like he does a lot. He does like strats. He does like everything of like the mental thing as well. Together with Claudio, so they both like they help a lot on the mental
Okay.
for the team. So they're both like mental, and he's both in mental and strat guy. I would say he's a complete coach, 100%.
Right. And then having worked with so many coaches and now having worked with Hugzord, what? Hold on, I've missed my scroll.
Okay.
What? Like having learned from so many coaches, having worked with so many coaches, who did you learn the most for, and like what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned throughout all these different coaches that you've been with?
That's a hard question, but at the same time, it's easy. The easiest thing is like call out. He's the one that I learned the most. He's a beast as well.
Yeah,
Um, the lessons that I learned the most were like I think I mean I'd say the mental part is very important for the game. So that was one of the lessons that I learned. Lesson I learned how to talk with people, how to treat people correctly. Not that I didn't
yeah,
before,
yeah,
but like I know that like everyone is a different person. Everyone has a different style of like uh, lifestyle, everything. So you gotta like understand how everyone is to
yeah.
actually have a team. So I learned a lot of those things. I would say.
Okay, yeah, sweet. And then we are approaching the kind of end of this interview. Is there anything you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out? Any sponsor shout outs you want to do? Any plugs for Team Liquid? Any of that stuff?
Sure, yeah. So I'd say Team Liquid is very good. I love them. I'm living my dream. I'd say for
It's a
real.
pretty good dream, man.
Yeah, it is. And working with those guys right here, like every day, it's like it's it's hard because we work a lot, but at the same time, it's easy because like everyone is family, here. So it's such a great place to be. It's Team Liquid. Like everything that like Team Liquid does, and like the support that they have, it's great.
Yeah,
As you know, like we did like a boot camp in Netherlands, and they worked it out and like everything. They have it. They support it, and it was pretty good. Even when we were like 0-4, we had like the messages from the boss. Um, saying like, let's do it. You guys can do it. I'm here to support you guys, and like that helped us a lot. So I mean, it's very different from every other org on the world. That's it.
all right.
And also, thank you for thank you family for the support as well. My dad, my mom, my brother, and everyone that is supporting me for those years.
Yeah, sweet.